own, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Take your time and call me back when you are ready to bring me into the studio.
Welcome to AI in Your Business, presented by Stadwell Solutions. Join your hosts, Judy LaMont, Lloyd Emelle, and Alicia Carreno, as they explore how artificial intelligence is transforming today's business landscape. Each week you hear practical strategies, emerging technologies, expert interviews, and real-world successes. Stories designed to help your business increase productivity, protect their data, and confidently embrace the future of AI. Whether you're a small business owner, entrepreneur, or corporate leader, this is your source for making artificial intelligence more private, more practical, and more profitable.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to Vibe to Vision, where we cut out all the hype.
That's right. And we decode AI. We break it down into its components. And today's topic?
My favorite. And I specifically, because I am like Miss Layman here, where I'm just trying to learn it all. So for those of you, what is it? What is it?
Today's topic is all about identity.
Identity, something that we all have to face, because we are living in the world where our identity is easy to access. Excuse my
It's okay. It's okay. And so we asked the question, who owns your identity?
Well, that is a huge question, because who does own my identity?
Good question.
And how come someone can easily use my voice, use my photographs that I post on social media, and you're seeing a lot of celebrities, for instance, you're seeing them act.
That's right.
So tell us, Tank.
Now, before we go too far down the identity hole and we have an identity crisis.
No pun intended.
We're going to start with some, we're going to keep things light, because the identity topic is very, very, it can get dark, right?
I know.
Because we first need to define what identity is.
You mean identify your identity?
Identify what identity is. And then we need to define what ownership is. So possession of an identity.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Yes.
And that way we can face the question, who owns your identity?
Well, it's something very interesting, and I was talking to my sister a couple months ago, and she said, you are a walking NFT. And I said, what? Well, don't you have a social security number? Dun, dun, dun. So back to you. Let's discuss what you were going to say.
So to your point, I guess the social security number, would you say that's some sort of identity?
I do.
Component?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
You consider that a part of your identity.
Well,
I guess your social identity.
It's my social governmental identity.
Right.
It's something that I'm in the system, and which is okay. We need to have some kind of organization, and I'm very proud of that. However, someone can steal it.
Someone can steal it, and someone can, or you can just give it away. But did you know, for the social security number, do you know it's illegal for you to give your social security away to someone? It's actually against the law for you to do that.
So what happens at the doctor's office?
Well,
they ask many times.
They ask you many times, right? And sometimes they do it, and they aren't aware that it's not allowed. You're not allowed to give it out. It's a number that isn't yours.
So any doctors who are listening or watching, it's illegal.
Whoa. We don't want to go down there. Whoa, slow down there. Okay, we're not going to go that rabbit hole now.
Okay.
We're going to keep it light. Okay.
So
because
let's
when we go down that rabbit hole, that's a deep one. Let's stick to the surface.
Excuse me, but I'm having an identity crisis in that aspect.
Okay. Well, let's define identity.
So let's define it. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see what. How about Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of identity?
Okay.
Okay. Is the distinguishing character or personality of an individual. The distinguishing character or personality of an individual. Would you agree? Right? Yes. That's a fact. This is the definition, right?
Well, my dog has that.
Well, distinguishing character. So,
Okay.
yes.
Mhm.
Or it says distinguishing character or personality. So,
or personality.
That's right.
Interesting.
of an
And-
individual. So
Okay, and
individual
that's the
is-
Webster
is-
version.
This is the Webster version. That's one definition of it.
Okay.
Let's go to another one. Sameness of essential or generic character in different instances.
Mm-hmm.
So did that make sense?
No, but it's okay. Next.
Okay. The next one, an operator that leaves unchanged an element on which it operates. How about that? Do you understand that?
Okay. So almost like we're a machine.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can, and a machine can have an identity, right?
Mhm,
This is what this is defining, right?
Yeah.
So we can safely say that not just humans have an identity, right? You just mentioned your dog. We just said a machine. So we can apply identity to a lot of different things. Is that right?
So with that said, how can AI help us protect ourselves?
Good question. Good question. I think this is one of the perfect use cases for AI is to help you be aware of where your identity is being surfaced. You know what I'm saying? Like where is your identity being used right at this moment? Would you let's start by breaking down identity first, because we have these devices like phone, you have a computer. We represent ourselves, our identities through these devices, right? When we sign into services or we log in our email, we're writing in that form of who we are, representing ourselves in an email or in some sort of form, right?
And what I love, a lot of it is elective. We're putting
Yeah.
our information electively. Like
Yeah.
when I go to social media, for instance, you know, they know my birthday, they know my family members, they know so and so. So
So all of those things that you just mentioned, right? Those are things that help me know who you are, who to identify, how you identify yourself, right? Your birthday, your family, etc. So that you, Alicia C, is different from Alicia C over here, right?
yeah.
Because Alicia C over here doesn't have the same family or has the same birthday, right?
Right.
And those are the ways that we've built our society to help us find you, find her, find me, right? When we need to be found. For instance, for the Social Security, like you mentioned, right? You'll have a birth certificate.
Right.
Okay. That birth certificate, you have a long one and you have a short one. Now, the long one has a code on it, and that is associated. It's tied to your Social Security card. There's two numbers on your Social Security card, one on the front, one on the back.
Right.
That's how it links to your
I'm
identity.
here, Michael, and that's
Okay, through these numbers, but you don't know that. You're not. Most people aren't aware how their identity is tracked through their Social Security, because it's not our job to. It's the Social Security's office. It's the IRS, their job, right? We give them the responsibility to maintain this for us. And when you, like I said, when you give your Social Security number to someone else, now they have the full capacity to do whatever that identity is tied to, right?
So do you recommend for people not to
Never give away your Social Security, not even on a form or anything like that. There's a ways to do.
What about the last 4 digits?
Well, even that can be just now with Social Security numbers being leaked on the internet. I can just put in the last 4, put your name, and I can find your actual Social Security number.
Wow.
Right, and so then I can actually
Wow.
identify you. You see.
What if the website said it's not? It's it's protected. You have a secure server here.
That's a good start, but that's not always the case, right? And you may not have that access to that, and if you don't and you aren't aware, then you're vulnerable. And that's why a lot of people are afraid, right? When it comes, that's why I said this topic can go dark, right?
Well, there's a lot of people that have been scammed.
They have.
With lovers, and even
Yes.
like they fell in love with like a
Right.
ghost. Somebody, I know personally, I know people, but I also know stories
Yes.
of people, and it's like wow.
Right. Right.
So, what is something that we can do to protect ourselves?
That's a good question. So let's first, before we go that far, let's see. our original topic here is about who owns your identity.
Yes.
So, well, let's talk about ownership. Okay, you just mentioned before Social Security, so you have possession of your Social Security number. You own that, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's your ownership. So now, if you pass it to someone else, do they own it?
Right.
No.
No.
Right? You
no.
still own it. Or did you even own it to begin with? Now that's where we gotta really think about what ownership means. So should we define ownership? Or do we need to define ownership? Because if you think you own something versus you actually own something, right? You having possession of something is two different things, and owning it is two different things, right? I can possess your keys to your car, but that doesn't mean I own your car, right?
Oof.
Thank God.
Yes, this is very interesting because as you're talking and it's almost like poetic, but it makes so much sense because what you're saying equates to the calculation like a number.
Yeah.
So in other words, what you're saying is very simple, people. First, don't give away your Social Security.
That's right.
Another thing, tell me something else you shouldn't be giving away, especially when you're online. What about your address?
Good question. Your address, you shouldn't give it. You should definitely not give out your address. Your address, your Social Security number, these things that you put into forms that you forget, they help identify you personally. Okay, if you are doing this where you are putting these things online and entering them all the time, over time it's gonna get logged and it's gonna get tracked. Right. And what happens is we have these things now called advertiser IDs. Have you heard of this?
Tell us.
Well, I just started reading about it. I've been familiar with it in the past doing work, in tech, but I didn't really know what it meant. It is a way for when you use your phone to identify you, but without you knowing it's you. Wow. Yeah. So your behaviors, etc., that you do on your phone can be accessed through the advertiser ID.
Unbelievable. Wow. Okay.
Amazing.
Well, we need to take a short break soon, but before we do,
Yes.
we're going to cover a couple of things,
That's
right?
That's right. We got
Okay.
things.
So we have guests here, we have a phone call here, and we have a drink break.
Oh,
A
yes.
healthy drink break.
That's
Okay,
right,
we'll
that's
be
right.
back right after this break.
AI is changing business fast. Is your business ready? Contact Steadwell.Solutions. With Steadwell Solutions, businesses can own and operate their own private AI systems instead of relying entirely on giant cloud data centers. Get the power of AI while keeping greater control of your valuable business information. Private, practical, powerful, and competitively priced. Don't watch your competition move ahead. Make AI your advantage today. Get started now. Email info@aichainexperts.com or visit Steadwell.Solutions. That's STEADWELL.Solutions. Steadwell Solutions. Own your AI. Control your data. Power your future.
You've been listening to AI in Your Business, presented by Stadwell Solutions. For more information about private AI solutions for your business, visit stadwell.solutions. And now, back to our show.
All right.
Welcome back. Okay, guys, that was very intense, and I think I need a little micro break.
That's right. I think I need a little refresher. Let's see what we got here. Cheers.
Well, what
to
do
the-
we have
everyone.
here? This is a nice surprise.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
What is this?
Well, let's let Douglas take it away.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. Sorry, my mic is on. So right now, what we did normally, at Eat Up, we do eat up drinks, eat up food. So right now, we're doing the mix with our organic farms. Lloyd, if you can explain to me the mixture of it, and I'll tell you what I put it in to add.
Sure. Yes. So today we have microgreens from farms of Prime Holistic, growing fresh microgreens out of Pennsylvania, and it has a diverse palette. Today we have Brussels sprouts, these are actual greens. So these are microgreens are actual Brussels sprouts, but they're in the early phase of growing. So you get a lot of the nutrients that you want.
Excellent. So then what we did was we took that base foundation, and it's in a powder form. So we took that powder form, and then in the backyard, and in Florida, we do have amazing, I call it like, you can live off the ground. So in my backyard, I have
amazing soil. Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 2 beautiful mango trees.
Yeah.
So we put some beautiful mangoes. We did some wild strawberries, some blueberries, and then we did some orange citrus, and then raw honey to give it that element, so we can kind of balance the taste out. One thing I noticed too, that a lot with the health and wellness, especially at Flow IV Therapy and all of these different places, they're doing great drinks, especially with these type of supplements, especially when we have a lot of the seasonal fruits and vegetables that we have to live off the land. So cheers to everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To healthy living.
To healthy living.
It's very healthy also.
Michael, I'm following along.
Wow.
The wellness.
It's
hopefully
tasty.
I made it cute.
And there's no aftertaste, guys. And the beauty of it, for all the Peter Parkers out there, the superheroes out there, if you want to be healthy, you're in front of the computer all day long, you're driving, or you're on the phone, you need to be strong so you can be a superhero.
That's right.
So cheers to that.
So cheers to that. And you can get your own at ourorganic.farm. And if you do use the Sea Sirens Collective code, which is Sea Sirens, enter Sea Sirens, you get 45% off today.
That's SEASIRENS. Sea Sirens. Speaking of, we have one here.
Oh, yes. We got 2, 3, 4, 5.
You guys are
We're all in
seamen. They're seamen. Okay. So let's introduce Priscilla DeBrito, the founder of Sea Sirens. Welcome, Priscilla.
Welcome, Priscilla.
Thank you, you guys, and thank you for talking about this topic. It's so important for us to really stay safe from being scammed. I was almost scammed 3 times this week with my identity. Yeah, so this is like a real thing. So thank you, Tank, for protecting and understanding how important it is to protect your identity.
Yes.
And a lot of the times that when I'm about to do something, I have to take a step back and really analyze with what I'm doing before I actually push that button. And I'm so blessed to have such an amazing crew. You guys, everyone in this team, everyone that's in this room utilizes AI almost like during multiple times during a day.
Yes.
So I'm very grateful that because I always get to pick on, Michael's brain, Shark Mike, and also Douglas and Tank, and Alicia and I are constantly editing, doing all kinds of fun stuff. So identity is so important, and to maintain a healthy identity is even more, especially today when there's so many scammers out there all around the world trying to dig up and trying to take your information and try to sell it back to you.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
That's a thing.
And what about you, Mr. Shark?
Well, yeah, the one thing I've seen that's really grown incredibly is the scammers and how they're trying to get information from you.
Yeah.
They're getting very sophisticated, and everybody out there needs to know this. If somebody calls you, don't give them any information. If they say they're your bank, your credit card company, tell them you'll call them back. Ignore what they say, and then look on the back of your card and call that number. They are number spoofing the number, so it will look like they're calling from your bank.
Right.
They know where you're from. I just had one that happened the other week where they talked about my card was fraudulently used, and they were trying to list charges on it. This was all fake, and they knew my hometown, and they made up some places in my hometown and said, we had a $49.50 charge from this business, which was actually a real business from where I lived at. And the person sounded, they're not sounding like foreigners anymore. They sounded like I'm from Wisconsin. They sounded like a white Midwestern guy on the phone trying to like he was from my credit union there.
Wow.
That's AI for you.
Wow.
That's AI for you.
You know what I did the other
Never
day?
answer anything.
I was Esther Schwartz the other day.
Emails, all that stuff. You need to protect your identity because they're getting so sophisticated.
So
no matter what they
sophisticated.
do, they'll try to find ways to get your information, and only call that number that you know is the correct number and speak with those people. And if they
That's
ask you
right.
for your social security number, don't give it.
Never give it away.
And
Because it's
yeah.
illegal.
It's illegal.
With that
So.
said, Tank, we were talking about there's a solution for all there's partially a solution for all of this.
Yes.
However, before we get to that, Douglas of EatUp, talk to us. What is your AI story?
No, so this just happened recently, and I just lost a great opportunity because of AI. So let me explain it. So you know when we're signing up for those agents, and when we're signing up to do the AI agents,
Yeah.
Yes.
signing up to automate your systems.
Right.
So what happened, especially for those of us who have a very complex Rolodex, after sending emails out, the agent then went back, created the proposal, Tank,
Yeah.
made a document, told people you all probably got in your email address from me, from EatUp. Made the document, had the people go in and say, open the document, enter your information in.
Right.
Wow.
So then I got a call back from a lot of different high-end, because I have a very, I work with a lot of family offices, a lot of different
Sure.
very high net worth
Yes.
individuals. And this one person in particular, I was on the cusp of just securing this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And this agent went in and sent this email, and
Right.
it turned, because it made it, and it wasn't because of anything that I did, it's just because of my platform wasn't, as a developer and as someone in tech, you're expected to have these things covered. And so when you don't have these things, you don't think it'll happen to you. But the thing about it, it happened to a friend of mine a week before. The same thing.
Yes.
So I wasn't expecting it to happen to me. So when everybody came back to me, and it was because it was
And
an
you know what?
automatic agent.
And
He
you know what?
answered
This
it,
is,
and then Tank, the agent answered back.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, we have
Yeah,
we
this
have
is
a
this is
call.
problem.
Someone's
But
coming
we've got
in.
a call coming in.
Okay,
Whoa.
I'm
Yep.
sorry to interrupt you, Douglas. But please, after the show.
Let's take this call really quickly. Caller, you there?
Michael, I'm here, and
Yeah, Bordy, hey.
yes,
how
I'm
are
here,
you doing?
Michael. I can hear you.
Yeah, what?
Hey, Michael, I'm doing well, and I'm glad the
Yeah, I wanted to
came through.
talk about
I'm ready to give a brief
the
thought.
flock cameras, where there's the cameras out there, and
Okay.
they are recording people,
Yeah.
mostly license plate, they say, and cars, and tracking movements out there.
Right.
They're coming out all over the country right now. Is that really invading our privacy right now?
Thanks for bringing me in, Michael. Flock cameras can capture license plates and vehicle details, creating searchable records of where cars travel. So the key privacy questions are how long that data is kept, who can access it, and whether agencies can share it across jurisdictions. The public safety case matters, but seeing a car in public should not automatically justify permanent, widely shared tracking, so people should review local policies and resources like theflock.org.
Yeah, and this is a good topic because a lot of people now are becoming aware of the flock cameras and everything that's going on with the way that they're tracking your identity. Right? It's taking a picture of you, and it's associating your identity with that through the system without your permission. And I don't know, but I read the Constitution. I don't know. Did you read the Constitution, Alicia? I read the Constitution. I feel like that's something violating.
On page 183. Anyways, no, because I'm
That's
thinking
the heart
about
of the
all the
issue. A plate
apps
may
that we
be-
have. What about all the apps that we have? They always ask, may we track you? Well, like, what does that mean, to track me? That's scary.
Yeah. And thank you, caller, for calling in. This right now is the moment where our technology is giving us the ability to do great things, but it's also giving the bad people the ability to do great things. So it's prudent upon us to be informed and educated
Yes.
and know what's happening and understand what all of this means that we've already existed in: Social Security, driver's license, IDs, right? Every ID that you assume that it's you, right? If you have a card and you say this card represents me as Alicia, or me as
Right.
Priscilla, or
Right.
me as, then be careful, because those numbers on there are tied to you, and if you give it away, you're giving it away. If they steal it, they can do things, or if they get access to, the things that you hold dear, right? Your bank accounts, your money, your
Oh my
family.
gosh.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but we're
It's
going to keep things
scary.
light. It gets scary. We're going to keep things
It's
light
scary.
because there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And we are going to provide you with a identity, a solution, a way towards the solution.
A way towards the solution.
That's
that
right.
That is our goal. And listen, guys, thank you for your patience because I'm learning as much as some of you are. And it's,
That's right.
But it's a wonderful thing because this is something that it is our reality. And what I always say is we have to have AI work for us and not us work for AI. Let us use it to facilitate our lives.
That's
Don't
right.
you agree?
I agree. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of benefit that it has for all of us that we've been speaking about, it's going to be there tomorrow. It's going to be there for a long
And I
time.
can't get over this. This is really delicious.
It's so good, right?
Yes,
you feel it
thank
now. You feel energized, right?
I do. I feel
It's
more
like Popeye.
clear-headed. It's like what, Popeye?
The Popeye spinach, right? But we got today with farms of prime holistic microgreens, Brussels sprouts.
And I purposely chose Brussels sprouts because it has a bad reputation. and look,
Yes.
and they exceeded my expectations.
Right.
Okay,
let's do this real quick. Let's do a
We
quick
got
rundown.
1 minute left,
We're going to
guys.
do a quick rundown of this week in
How about
AI.
one quick question? Why
Yes.
do you think things are really accelerating so fast?
Oh, the
Models.
What's happening is the hardware is now converging with the software, and that convergence is now bringing into reality the ability to utilize the hardware. You can't use it. You get this hardware. You got these phones, and you got these things. They got so much power, but now you can't know. You have someone had to program with a keyboard. Remember back in the day, a year ago, programmers had to use keyboards to program. Not anymore. Now you can
nerds
have
have
AI
gotten
to do
so
it.
far.
Yeah, they've come so far.
and Look at that.
Yeah. So now we have a super acceleration with the AI building programs, and now Steadwell Solutions, we're going to provide an identity check. So you
That's
can go
for
to
next
our website.
time.
We'll talk about
but
that
on our
along with-
website.
on our website.
But
That's right.
you can find us on. Explain where they can find
Yes,
us.
you can find us at steadwell.solutions. Steadwell.solutions.
Plural. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
guys.
Thank you, everyone.
You've been listening to AI and Your Business, presented by Stadwell Solutions, with your host, Judy LaMont, Lloyd Emelle, and Alicia Carreno. Thank you for joining us as we explore the innovations, opportunities, and practical applications of artificial intelligence that are helping businesses thrive while maintaining greater control over their data. To learn more about private AI solutions for your business, visit stadwell.solutions or email info@aichainexperts.com. Join us next time for another edition of AI in Your Business